We're in Proverbs 12. These 5 verses right here, I'm going to start off with these because they're gangster.
What?
Work hard and become a leader. Be lazy and become a slave. Worry weighs a person down. An encouraging word cheers a person up. The godly give good advice to their friends, but the wicked lead them astray. Lazy people don't even cook the game they catch,
Lazy people don't even cook the. That's fire.
but the diligent make use of everything they find. The way of the godly leads to life. The path that does not lead to death.
That's
Work
fire.
hard, become a leader. Be lazy, become a slave, bro. Just straight to the point.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's fire. Just
Yes.
on like work ethic, and I like that it amplifies something that applies to like nowadays versus dude that was written how long
That's
ago?
the crazy
and it's
thing.
still applicable
bro,
now.
That's the crazy thing about this book is it was written so long ago, and it is the guide to life today more than ever before. Like, I think that's the coolest thing. It's not just a historical document, which it is.
And
It's like
obviously there's a lot that's like maybe on the old times, but the fact that
context.
one book had been able to withstand for so long and still have applicable lessons to today, you know, I feel like it's just like a guidebook on how to be a good man, you know, like talks about like work hard, have strong morals. There's no shortcuts, dude. There's no shortcuts. And I don't think
There
there's a
isn't.
bigger lesson that I had to learn than there's no fast way to like make money or gain success or to try to get up the ladder, you know? So some people get very lucky and maybe that's part of their path, but for the most, it's like you have to learn these skills and you have to become the type of person that's capable of withstanding the pressure of
Good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty.
yeah, exactly. You know,
That's something I learned because I cheated my way through school, bro. Like high school, I did online school. I just cheated my way through it.
yeah.
Cheated my way through Spanish, and now I'm regretting the fact that I live in Costa Rica and I don't barely know a lick of
No,
Spanish
dude,
at all, bro.
I know I didn't think I would need it at all, and everything in school I thought was useless outside of like basic math and stuff. But I was like, I just didn't see a point in what I was learning. But now I wish that I had like learned Spanish or like
Yeah.
took the time to do
Just
something
pay
like that.
attention a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't pay attention. It's just I really didn't care. Bro.
But I've also learned that like as much as it's a pro or negative to like try to just like cheat through everything, and like now I've learned the lesson of like going through it. But I will say
you also learn
that
how
I've
to get
learned
things
how to
done.
yes,
Yeah.
I've learned how to be lazy but still be progressing, you know,
Yeah.
like how to delegate, how to
Not
I
even-
want to
not
find
even
the
be
easiest
lazy, but put your attention somewhere else where you think it's better use.
yes, I want the easiest way through with the most reward. And sometimes it still takes a lot of work to that path is still a lot of work, but not nearly in comparison to sometimes pushing this giant boulder up or like trading your time for money or
Yeah.
not growing a brand, you know? Like it's hard in the forefront, but then after you've been building it for a while, things start
Gaining
steamrolling.
momentum,
And then
yeah.
not only that, you get more and more creative with how to solve this problem that you're seeking. But if you're never putting yourself in the position to be an entrepreneur or learn how to make money and fish on your own, when are you ever going to learn that? Besides doing the thing, you know?
Life university, bro. You got to get out there.
Yeah,
You got to go do it yourself.
I'm very proud that maybe not proud.
No, you should be.
I don't feel like a negative towards it, but like I'm happy that I chose not to go to college and to just jump into life and try things, because it gave me this confidence with uncertainty that now is like my biggest asset ever, you know? Like everybody's scared to take these leaps because now they're trying to actually
'Cause they
grow a
don't-
career.
yeah.
But I'm like, I've been doing this this is damn
I've
near
been
my,
taking risks.
this is
bro.
my like 6th year. Like I'm good. Like something happens. Like Chancho ran away the other day. I left my gate open and he
Little
like got
bugger.
out, and other things were happening. I was running events. I was doing all these things. I had friends over. We had ACL planning all this shit. And I took a moment and I was like, I am so proud of myself because amidst all of these things, I'm so calm. And I've learned to control my emotion that even when everything's going wrong and like, I want my fucking dog. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't care about my
But
dog.
you're not gonna be freaking
But
out
like
over something.
me
you can't-
stressing about all the time about something that like I told my parents when I went out to dinner, my mom was like freaking out and I was like, she's like, why aren't you going out? I'm like, Mom, it's 8:00 at night. Like I had this dinner like I hadn't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
It's like
Chancho's
I knew
good.
that he was okay. The construction worker said that some lady picked him up, and then next thing you know, literally we look on Facebook. I started looking on like next door, and then Chancho's right there.
Next
He's literally
door
two houses over, and I'm like, if I could have been in that situation and completely freaked out, and it could have been so much worse.
Just been
Wasting time, or just like stressing out, and that's you're just hurting yourself.
It's like that fear aspect we were talking about. You know, like we put ourselves in real danger a lot of times.
Yes.
So we don't freak out over these things that don't actually matter.
If you don't take any risk and you don't get any comfortability with, which also I think is why people get so addicted to gambling, because that's the only taste they get of like taking a risk.
Excitement.
Yeah. But like I get that taste all the time because
Yeah.
we take risks all of the time. And so it doesn't, even when I gambled, it was fun, but it wasn't something that I was like,
But that verse that I just read actually convicted me of like why I stopped. Because I used to go to the casino and play with my friends, play roulette, blackjack. It was fun. I wasn't playing with like life-changing money, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
But then that verse where it says hasty shortcuts leads to poverty. It's like people are trying to get rich quick all the time. Like especially in this era, everyone trying. I know you have this deal with stake, but it's like more and more of these kids are just going to get addicted to gambling and trying to like get rich quick instead of actually like sitting down and pursuing something worthwhile that won't have positive revenue for 3 or 4 years, but 10 years down the road, you're going to be
in the position you want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it takes time. You can't just get rich quick all the time. You have to be, and the thing that they don't see with us is they see us doing our thing, but it's like, we've been working at this for so long behind the scenes, 5, 6, 7 years that you haven't seen us doing well.
Yeah.
And now that we're finally doing well, it's like, we've just been consistent.
It's
been building up.
It's not like new. It might be new to them because we weren't everywhere all at once, you know,
Yeah.
but we had always been there, you know, grinding, and it's been all in the background. And so people are like, oh, like your life is so cool. Like you're so blessed that like that just happened to you. You know, you got lucky. And I'm like, motherfucker,
ain't luck.
I want to see you work for 5 years in an uncomfortable job where you're not happy with where you're at, and everybody's constantly judging you, and like your parents are sitting there telling you like, oh, you sure like this is the right decision, and like you have to deal with all this ocean of doubt and insecurities, and you're seeing social media and there's people your age doing crazy things, and you have to block everything out and just be like delusional at the fact that like I've got this, and have the confidence that like you are capable of figuring out your own
A little bit
path.
of delusion, bro. It's got to be.
Oh, I love this one thing. I think I just posted it where it was like, if the path in front of you is clear, you're probably on someone else's path.
Ooh.
And I loved that because I was like, that's so true. Like people always ask us like, oh, what are you doing in the next 5 years? And I'm like, bro,
I hate that question, bro. Who am
Like,
I to
bro.
know what I'm gonna do in 5 years? Bro?
I know you can make a general basket, but
You can have goals,
Yeah.
but plans for 5 years is
No
not
way.
something. Because then you're just selling yourself short, bro.
You
Think
have
about
to be
5 years
open.
ago.
Yeah.
Think about where you were 5 years ago. Would you ever think you'd be standing here right now? I
No.
wouldn't, bro.
No.
I started committing to like training flipping 5 years ago, and now fast forward to where I am now. It's like I never would have thought.
Just to show background, Reagan told me about this. What's like the actual event called?
The No
competition?
Limits tour. It's a freestyle cliff diving tour.
Yeah, but Reagan's telling me how he's super nervous about. Well, maybe not super nervous, but you were like,
I was nervous.
yeah, you were like, dude, this is the first time I'm facing like it was like 5 Red Bull athletes. I mean, all your friends are also world class cliff jumpers.
Yeah.
It's not like it's you're like outstanding. Like they're right there
Yeah.
on you, you know. Like in all the competition was hot, and I told Reagan because I've had this new wave of now that I'm starting to increase money. I love like gambling, but in a different way, you know, like I'm betting on my friends and I'm challenging them and I'm just rewarding. Like I told Sabo I'd give him 10 grand if he ran the Hawaii Marathon and did a sub 4. And I told Reagan, I was like, I'll give you 10 grand if you win. And he was like,
I didn't think I was gonna win.
He was like, nah, I don't know. And I was like, nah, dude, like I think it's so fucking possible. And then
The crazy thing is, winning wasn't even my goal because I had these tricks I wanted to do.
Yeah.
My family was gonna come see me jump for the first time. That pressure in itself was so big for me, and I had these 2 new tricks that no one's ever seen done, and I just wanted to like
land 'em.
perfect them. And bro, you saw me in the kitchen, like the build up to that competition. All I'm doing is like prepping in my head the entire time the tricks. That's all I'm thinking about is these tricks that I'm going to land. And I was delusional enough to tell all of my close friends around me the tricks I was going to do so that like I had the pressure. It's like, dude, I've already told all my friends the tricks I'm doing. I have to do them.
I want to pin in that right now.
Okay,
I think that's like a manifestation thing. I think some people have a problem with like, oh, don't tell anybody your plans because then it'll soil them. But you got to be able to like
be crazy enough to just like say it out loud.
That's manifestation. You got to eat, sleep, breathe your fucking dreams. Like that was the only, like I was talking about me being a millionaire 5 years ago before I had anything to my name. If anything, I was negative. And I'm at my parents' house and I was like, I'm going to be that motherfucker that's like, I was eating, sleeping, breathing all these dreams and plans, speaking them, even if they would fail.
That's fine.
You got to be able to stand on it that like, it's okay. And withstand the embarrassment of like, you fucking tried. Like when did it become cool to not fucking try?
Yeah.
And look what fucking happened, you know? Like you went around, you told everybody your fucking dreams, you manifested that shit. And it worked out.
I told them the tricks so that I couldn't back out. Yeah. Because even at the competition,
you can always change them, you know? It's not like they're like...
Well, that's the thing, though, is like there was pressure for me to change them because my friend Jody flopped. And the dude running the event comes up to me and he's like, hey, like maybe like... Because he knew I was going to try these new tricks.
Oh, yeah, I forgot your friend like literally ate shit.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, maybe like take a chill on the last 2 jumps. And I was like, nah, bro. Like, I've already told myself I'm doing this. I'm committing. I'm stomping these tricks. And I had to go get it done, bro.
Which is fucking nuts. And props to you because that's like a crazy, crazy fucking win. And
this fool said to give me 10 wins.
So you get a double fucking win. But yeah, I found that like the more that I gain money, this is the first time I've gaining like the option of like, what do I want to do with this new? Because money's power. It gives you the tools to do things that actually create movement in things. And I'm like, I want to.
It's a tool.
I want to use money abundantly and use it and spread it and fuel other people and fuel people's dreams. And like, I think that if you can pour into people and back out and give as much value as you can to other people, it comes back tenfold.
Back.
And so many, God damn it.
Still on.
It comes back in so many different ways. Like, it's not like it's just like you give to someone and all of a sudden you get like a check back into your bank account.
No, it'll come in different ways though.
Maybe it's an idea
of like talks and
or maybe it's it's a new connection that you make.
You also never
like
know, bro. When you're a genuine person, your name will come up in other rooms that you're not in
all the time.
All the time.
And you're
like the amount of times I talk about you in other rooms and put you on a pedestal because I actually admire you in so many ways. You know, like we're different people, but we're also so similar in so many ways. And that's why we connect and do this type of stuff where we just walk around and talk for an hour and branch ideas and talk crazy. But it's like, I get it.
And you might be in your own little world. Like, I think we're both really good at being in our bubble. And it's like, but you don't realize how many people outside of that are speaking on behalf of you, or like, oh, what's your thoughts on this person? Or like, you just happen to come up in some situation. And if you burn all these bridges and you just try to like make all these shortcuts to make these short wins, like the long game is the way to go. I've seen so many people just like come and go just because they didn't realize
how
that
important
they made
relationships were.
Yes.
Bro. Relationships are everything.
You know, and sometimes things don't work out, you know, but it's okay if, and it's better to just let something die and take it as a fail and then, but still be good. And then you never know down the line what's going to happen. Because then someone's going to ask you, like, yo, what's your review on this? But it's like, oh, like, our thing, like, wasn't really working. And he just fucking dumped me. Nobody's going to fucking work with you. Everything in business or social media or anything with money is the higher up you get, the more your reputation
your
matters.
Character. It's really what your character is.
Dude, it makes such a huge difference. Even when I was in sales, people would choose to buy from me just because they liked me versus like all these other things. Did a verse hit you?
Yeah, there's a verse in here that talks about character, how it's worth more than rubies and diamonds. Yeah. Choose a good reputation over great riches. Being held in high esteem is better than silver or gold. It's like your character is worth far more than any amount of money. Yeah.
I
Plain
found
and
the
simple.
most money has come through somebody just like referring me and someone being like, oh, like who's the good creators or like who do you like working with? And them just being like, oh, like Noah works really hard and he's creative and he gets after it. Just that fucking one thing has made me tens of thousands of dollars.
I love connecting people too.
Yeah.
I know you do too.
And it's free value, you know,
Yeah.
like how always be in the back of your brain, how can I give someone a favor? How can I help this person out? Because the more that if that becomes your mindset, like deals start flowing, you know,
Yeah.
like you got to be a moving current. You can't just be your own pool, you know, like you got to be flowing. You got to spend money, you got to help someone, you got to go out of your way and build all these rapport. It's like good karma.
Yeah.
Because people recognize it, you know? People, it's just law of
Attraction.
reciprocity or it's like
Some
if someone
sort of
does something
law.
for you, they want to do something back for you,
Yeah.
you know? Like I constantly
But the trap that people get in is they start doing things so that they get things in return.
Yes.
And that is not something, because then everything is in vain, bro. And then you're doing love, you're being kind to people, but it's all in vain because you're in reality, you're a narcissist and you just want other people to have things coming back to you, you know? So
Yes.
there's a balance in life where we have to, and it's a constant battle for us. Like we have to learn to be kind and genuine and
Without expecting.
Yes. Now,
There's
don't
so
get
many
me wrong.
yes.
I know because I go around and I'm kind to people and people give me places to stay and this and that, but I'm not kind to them so that they're going to give me a place to stay. I just know that I go out and live my life and I love loving on people and encouraging and being kind. And I just like have a smile on my face. I know I know people want to be around that, you know, like they don't want to be around people that are always negative and tearing people down and dogging on them and everything, but still going.
Yeah, no, we're good. I was just, because it was getting darker here, I just wanted to make sure the sun was still. And
so there's just like, you got to have that balance of like,
yeah, you can't give in expectations that like, oh, if I give to this person,
hopefully they're going to.
But it's when you give, when I say the part of like you get so much back in return, it might not be from that person. You might have to help 4 people and then this one other, but that's the karma part.
Yeah.
It's never transactional where it's like, oh, if you help this person, they're the ones that are going to give me something in return. No, you just got to give. And the more good energy that you flow through, like people feel that, you know? And if you're known for someone that's like, oh, like he connected me with this person and he helped me here and I was in a bad time and he was there for me, like, those are such key moments to help someone. When you can have the empathy to be like, damn, this guy's in a hard position. Let me just do this one little thing. And like
when you have the ability to help someone, you're like, okay, I have the ability. That's why I like the term you reap what you sow rather than karma. Because karma is kind of like doing things and expecting things in return, where you reap what you sow. You sow, like what you put into something is what you're going to get out. And it might not be from that same person. It might be from someone else. In scripture, that's what he says. Yeah. God says you will reap what you sow.
Why do you deserve more if you're not even grateful for what you have now? You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like people.
Why would God bless you with more if you're not being a good steward of what he's already given you? He's like, look at all these people around you. Look at all these opportunities.
I want more.
It's like, all right, but use what I've given you already. Like,
start there, you know? Like you can't skip steps to just be like, well, I want to be given everything at the top.
It's just an ungrateful mindset too. Yes. So we have to slow down and be grateful for the things we already have.
And then it starts turning into a victim mindset where you're expecting or you feel entitled to like these things or people to give to you.
That's why I'm not stressing about money all the time. Is like, I don't make money right now, but like I'm still living my dream life and my body's healthy and I'm doing the things that I love and I'm traveling and all this. And so it's like, why would I be like, God, like just give me finances? But he's like, no, like I have you in a season right now where you're bouncing around, going from place to place and you're having these unique conversations with people and I'm still providing for you. And he is, bro. He's still providing for me in ways that I can't even describe. He's opening doors. He's putting people in my life like you, bro. And like, that was a crazy, how
we just met. So I don't think
Hawaii.
we've ever like explained how we met, but me and Reagan have been friends ever since.
You picked me up in Hawaii.
Yeah, I picked you up in Hawaii. I was friends with Lolo and you were talking to Liv or you were friends with Liv.
Yeah.
And she was in the Lolo's group. And so we were just going slacklining. They were like, oh, like we invited.
We're picking up our friend.
You're picking up our friend, Reagan. He does like flips and stuff. He also does like content. And I was like, okay, cool. And then we went there and we just kind of like, it wasn't even that time that we really became friends. It wasn't until after. That was just an introduction. We were slacklining.
We just kicked it. I taught you guys how to do like a gainer or something off the rock.
And then that was kind of really it. And it was just really that
I didn't know
one
who you
day.
were.
Yeah, I had never seen you either.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I didn't know who you were.
And from there, it wasn't until after I got back. Was this like a month later? It was.
Yeah.
It was somewhat.
It was like a
soon.
month later,
It was
and I
somewhat recent.
remember texting you, and I was like, "Yo, I'm in Dallas. I get someone from Houston to drive all the way up to Dallas to pick me up."
You were like, I think I'm getting someone. I'm catching a ride all the way down.
I brought my bike, put
Yeah.
it in the car, got someone to pick me up from Austin.
You're like, yo, are you down to do like a?
Anyway, I made
some
it.
training?
I made it to Austin, and you're like, "Yo, I'm at Barton." And then I remember it was perfect timing because Darren was leaving for 10 days, and he was like, "Yo, like,
Oh, he
crash in my bed." I was like,
yeah.
and then those next 10 days, we just rode bikes.
Every day we were
and
like
trained.
getting after it,
Yeah.
which was really cool because I feel like it's really rare to find someone who's on the same wavelength. And something that really stood out to me and that has impacted me the most about being around you is being more outwardly kind. I feel like I'm really kind to people that, you know, maybe that make a little effort and then I'm doing it. But like we're riding bike rides and this motherfucker started the whole trend of like trying to high five as many people. And I'll go do that when I'm feeling gross or like I feel like too much. I just don't feel like super happy that day. I'll literally go on a bike ride and be like, I'm gonna go fucking high five 10 people. And it brightens my day. And it's like just by me spreading love, it makes me love more.
Yeah.
So like that was like the one thing
Sick.
that I really loved about you is like you were a light. And same with religion. Like I'm still like curious and I'm like exploring, but you were the first person that I was very aware that you were very religious and that like you really walked the walk. And you were the first person to actually make me open to hearing. And because I'm like, dude, this guy has a light that's burning hot in him. And I'm like, and I was in this lost place where I was like, I started making money and I was doing all these things, but I just didn't feel fulfilled at all. And I was just like, at least intrigued where I'm like, okay, well, this guy's got something that he figured out that has helped him get to this point. And I was like, I'm down to listen to like what's up.
That's Jesus,
you know what I mean?
Man. Yeah. And it was cool because I always kind of wanted to share with you about Jesus and talk to you about it, you know, but I feel like nowadays people try to push things on people and it draws people away from, because I like you say I'm religious and all this, like, yes, technically, but
it never felt like
it's not religion. It's like the relationship with God that I'm pursuing. And that it's cool because it took 6 months for that conversation to kind of come up, but it was like you were gaining trust. I was gaining your trust. And so then when it came down to Canada and we were there and that whole situation happened, it was like,
it was perfect timing.
It was perfect timing.
Anything
bro.
earlier, I think I wouldn't have been as open to.
Yeah.
But I think at that time
super...
it was literally crazy because it was sunset. Reagan had this like fluffy robe on and he was like walking around and he was like, and he was preaching.
Bro,
but,
the Holy Spirit was speaking
dude,
through
and
me,
it was
bro.
like, there was dead ass birds, like doves that were like, and Reagan was sitting there on the sunset just like, and I was like, this is crazy, bro. I was like, if there was ever a setup that it's like, be open to the idea, it was like right then and there. And it was crazy how it was just cool.
And the Holy Spirit was genuinely speaking through me, bro, and that's something that reminds me of how good he is sometimes, like, even though I don't have the words to say, he'll like literally start flowing through me and the words are coming out. It's like, oh, I'm quoting these scriptures that I'm not even sure if I remember the exact scripture. And then all of a sudden I like quote it word for word. And it's like, that type of stuff is so wild to me, bro, how in those times he can just kind of come and when we're weak, he can strengthen us through him. We just have to have trust. But
I like the part where you talked about the Bible as like a living word.
It's his living word.
How you can reread the same thing like in like a year later, and it'll hit completely different because of the situation that you're in. It was just such an interesting thing.
Yeah, it's very true, bro. And a lot of times we can't understand scripture because we're not in the right setting. We're not in the right mindset. We're not in the right place of life.
You're not open to hearing.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just reading. You're not open to receiving. which
Yeah,
is
just
a
reading.
which is a thing that is a next level above reading. You know, like you really have to be trying to absorb.
I love this one, bro. Don't brag about tomorrow, since you don't know what the day will bring.
Yeah.
Keeps me. And oftentimes when I'm reading Proverbs, bro, it's like
That reminds me.
I'm
sorry,
reading
keep going.
stuff, and it's like I'm an idiot. I'm the fool. I'm the fool that this is talking about the entire time. As a dog returns to its vomit, so is a fool repeats his foolishness. Like that's me.
Yeah.
I say I'm gonna stop doing something, and I end up coming right back to it. But that's the cool thing about this book is you have to be willing to like take some criticism and actually humble yourself. Otherwise, if you come and you're reading this through a sense of pride, you're gonna get nothing from this book.
Yeah, I like this part where it was don't brag about tomorrow since you don't know what the day will bring. I think that points to holding control over your emotions, where it's you can't have all of these expectations of things. You can't go into everything like holding so tight on this idea of how this day is going to go or how this is going to go or how whatever it is, and just be open to
Whatever comes,
you know. Like I think when you strip away this experience was good or bad and just this experience just is, that helped me so much, because then you're so caught up on the that was bad versus like, and it just like that was just it just is what it was.
Yeah,
you know?
and then I actually learned something from that.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of sucked, but now I know not to do this, or now
Exactly.
I know to do this.
And you could take it as a lesson instead of it
And I
being
actually
a negative
learned how
thing.
so and so reacted to this.
Mhm.
So now I actually trust him in those situations. Oh, I actually saw how this reacted in that, and I didn't like that. I actually don't want to keep him around me.
Mhm.
There's little things that you can like
pick at if you're open to it
Mhm.
and you're not too stuck on the idea
of good and bad.
of
I
good and
like
bad.
that, bro. I
Mhm.
like that a lot.
Yeah, there's always lessons, and always through the negative times, it's always a test or a new lesson to learn. Like I feel like the last 6 months have been very cool. I was doing a lot of things, but at the same time were really hard for me mentally, like going through this relationship and like trying to understand like how to do that. Also at the same time, like I'm traveling, I'm doing all these things, run clubs going crazy, and it's like everything's moving so fast. And I just felt like I was drowning and I didn't know how the future was gonna go. And it was just a lot of doubt and uncertainty. But I couldn't help but feeling in my gut that this was all just God testing me to be like, what are these fucking lessons that we just learned the past 5 months? Like there are no shortcuts. They're like, stay confident in yourself, like keep giving more to people, you know? And I took all these things and like, I was like, if I can stay calm and I can just learn what I've learned and continue acting accordingly and not just like freak out and let my emotions just stir and spiral. Yeah. And literally this month that happens. I land like 3 more deals. All of a sudden my money is like quadrupled. Life kind of like settled out.
Including Noco.
What
is this stuff?
It's a electrolyte caffeinated energy drink. It's already in the UK, but they just dropped in the US, and we just partnered up with Noco to be.
It tastes pretty good too.
Yeah.
Like I don't like most energy drinks, but these are actually solid.
Yeah. I like them cold. These were kind of lukewarm, but it's okay. But yeah, like all of these blessings are only because during this time that I was being tested and things weren't good, I was staying true to what I knew I needed to act like if everything was going right. You know what I mean? Like you can't, in the face of chaos, succumb to the chaos. You know, you have to be the calm in the storm. No, you can't control what happens to you, but you can always control your response. You can choose to be calm. You can choose to not freak out, and you can choose to not stress yourself out.
Yeah.
But on the caveat, I've also learned that my stress, instead of being held up in my brain and like me stressing, I've calmed that down, but the stress all goes to my body. And so I've been I just hired Serena to be like weekly.
That's the girl that just came over.
Yeah, massages, because, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
you still got to take care of your body.
Yeah, she's also telling you need to be stretching
Dude,
and all this stuff. And
I've been doing a little bit better with stretching, but I think I hadn't prioritized. I've been focusing so much on like keeping my mental good and keeping everything else afloat. I forgot to like, everything else was tipped, and now I'm feeling like my neck was just so tight. I felt like I was like this, and so I'm finally, and like my body was like, I could just tell that something was wrong.
Yeah.
You know, your body will give you signs if
It
you
will.
listen.
It's
you know?
crazy.
Yeah, something won't work, and then you'll be like, oh, I need to pay attention to something. Like,
Slow down.
and then you make adjustments.
Still rolling?
Yeah, we're good. Nice.
Sick.
It makes me nervous sometimes, especially whenever we like be spitting some heat.
we're like, dang, I hope
and
it
then
got
we're like,
that, bro.
and then we come back like, oh,
No.
there's no way that we're gonna go back and fucking.
That's the
so
thing,
many-
bro. Is
there's-
our conversations, we just can't like, you can't script it. You know,
Yeah,
like
I think they're so good, and to be able to, I wish that we could have recorded so many more of our conversations.
because we be doing this where we're like, we'll literally just be walking around this space. It
It was really the same thing. At the other house, it was the atrium, and
Yeah.
this house is the same
at
atrium.
midnight, just going on about stuff. That's also why we can't just sit down in chairs and do a podcast, because that's just not the way we operate at all.
Yeah.
That's not the way our conversations go. Maybe for like a split second.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
able
we'll
to-
sit down, but then we'll go back to like moving around, and then
Because it's like when you're on the phone, you know, you're talking like, you know, like you see in those videos is like
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
like on the door or like standing on the couch or something.
it's just how my brain works. Like I
Yeah.
need to,
Move.
and especially if we're just having these like kind of creative flows, I think understanding and not trying to create boundaries and border controls
Yeah.
for the creative vision. Like do what feels good. Like sometimes you need to be doing stuff and moving your body to get an idea.
One thing that would make this better is a slack line.
Don't even get me fucking started about a slackline, bro. That shit pisses me off. I had tried to build that thing like damn near 6 times now, and each time it's not worked. Next time I know what I need to do. I just refuse to do it. But now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy like a fucking pole digger and dig 8 feet deep, and then just fill it all with concrete.
How deep did you go last time? Like 4?
Yeah, like 4. I just thought because of enough concrete, but it's a lot of like
Pull. on
yeah,
the-
it's a lot of pounds of pressure. Is that what it's called? Pounds of
Probably.
torque. Pounds of torque.
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Force.
Force.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's force coming in.
Yeah.
Dude, you about to have a baby. What are your thoughts on that, bro?
Dude.
Luca.
Yeah. Luca. Yeah. Luca's the decided. Oh, motherfucker. Dude, that fucking hurt. Oh my god. I hit like my bone. Oh.
Right
Okay.
on the ankle.
Well, honestly, again, and that relates back to keeping my mental whatever. I think at first it was really terrifying because I'm like, dude, that changes my entire plan of, because I think you can plan about like a year ahead is kind of, I'm trying to take it at a time, like each year,
Yeah.
what I want it to look at.
You can have
5 years,
goals.
nah.
You can have goals, bro. Like these
But,
things.
and
like,
exactly,
oh, I
then
really-
shit like this happens, and all of a sudden, like, my entire plan for the next year just out the fucking door. I mean, I'll still be able to do like a lot of it, and I'm still doing a lot of it. It's just making adjustments
It's
on
pivot.
everything.
Yeah, you got to pivot.
You got to
bro.
pivot. If you're too hell bent on like life being, and I also had to accept a lot of things. Like we started going to couples therapy, and it really helped me and her out a lot, and also come to realizations for myself where I'm like, I grew up. Me and my dad didn't have the best relationship, but my parents had a really good relationship. Like they cuddle every night on the couch. I've never heard them argue. And I feel like that was such a blessing to me because it gave me such a strong attachment style where I was like, I feel confident in myself. Like I don't feel like I'm avoidant, or I don't feel like I'm anxious. And so I value that a lot. And so going into this other one, like I wanted it to work so bad, but me and her just doesn't work that way. And so we separated, and it took me a while to like accept that like I'm not a bad dad because me and her won't work out. You know, like we can still be an amazing parents and still be an amazing team. And just like our goal is to co-parent this kid and give it the best life that we can. And I can accept that. And that was a hard thing to accept because for the longest time I saw what my parents had and I wanted that so bad. Not that I can't have that, but not having like I'll never be a single family household. And that was really hard for me to accept because I wanted that for so long, you know? And I feel like because of this one mistake that changes my entire life. And so I've learned to accept that it's not a negative and it just is, you know? And it
And who knows?
I was upset that It is, but like, and also again, who knows? Maybe
Who knows the way Luca's raised this way, and then he has kids and the type of, you know what I mean?
yes,
Like
100%.
you just really never know.
I don't know the
what's
bigger
gonna
picture.
come from it. Exactly.
Yeah,
There's always a
there's always a
picture,
lesson
bro.
that this definitely happened for a fucking reason, and I don't know the lesson yet, but I will say I'm really stoked to have a kid. Maybe not the infant years. The first fucking year is gonna suck because it's just gonna be crying and shitting everywhere. But once it's like 3, 4,
My brother, he
It'll be
has
so
he
fun.
has a 9-month-old right now, and 10 months maybe. He's the cutest little thing. But yeah, it's a lot of work,
Mhm.
and they're both working full time, so it's like we have to give them to a nanny and stuff. And
which I'm very grateful for that in my situation. Like I can afford, like she's retired,
Yeah.
she can stay at home. Like the last thing that I want is someone else raising my kid. Like even with like I don't really want a nanny. Like I'm also grateful that like my mom doesn't do anything,
Yeah.
so she can just be a grandma
Yeah,
and
that's
like
what my mom's
come and
stoked
help out all
about,
the time. This is the first kid like in my entire family / friend group, like everything. This is the first kid in like my entire fucking generation of like friends
Yeah,
and family
yeah.
on my side and her side,
So
and of my
everyone's gonna
friends.
be loving on him.
This kid is gonna be so fucking spoiled. That honestly nervous me how much attention this kid's gonna get. I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna turn into like a negative or positive. You know, there's so many things that this kid's gonna have.
Yeah, I think it's good though to have that social.
Oh yeah, he's
especially
gonna be
in
so
today's
socially
world. Yeah,
adept.
you need
Yeah.
to be able to have these conversations. Like that's what I think the biggest downside of this society is with phones and everything. And I think the most valuable asset you can have is the ability to conversate with people and actually have genuine conversations and look people in the eyes and like be able to relate to people. Because now everyone's walking around and they're so blind to the fact that there's someone walking down the street. They don't say hi to their neighbors anymore.
They forget general social skills.
Yeah.
And those are an edge, you know, like if you can get people to like you, you can convince them of the fucking world.
Because you can get people to like you on social media, this and that, but then when you're actually in person with them, that has way more value and a lasting impact than anything.
Yeah, having fans is one thing, but that's not always who you. But that's not who you want around you. I want to be around other killers, and part of being around others people is you need to be at least socially adept. You can't be like super awkward and can't be in weird situations.
Yeah.
It's like people that can do that and that are like super successful and killing life. Like they're not gonna be wanting around you just because you have a social media following. There's a balance to it, you know. Like you need to elevate your skills.
I've met people who they have social media followings. And it's like I don't want to be around you at all
because you're fucking awkward. Yeah, some people, dude. There's so many
awkward
people,
or you're full of yourself.
Yeah,
bro.
there's so many people that just suck to be around, and they're just so leaning heavy on the fact that they have a following, or they think that they're like this super high, like they're just up here, and in the long scheme of things, like they're gonna last another like couple years maybe, and then they're gonna be forgotten about. But like we're building a lasting brand, and I think that is something that's so key. You need to look at the long term of things and be like, I'm gonna stay true to myself, not what's popular. I'm not gonna act like a certain way just because like that's what gets views.
And humility is so important in that aspect because in Scripture, the Lord says, you know, the prideful will be humbled, and then the humble He will exalt us.
You know what? I was actually really this one moment really drove that in for me, where like I want to be nice to every single person that like comes up to me, because I saw what's his name, the Daily Stoic guy at the airport, and I was excited because I wasn't sure if it was him, and I went up to him and I was like, hey, and he was just kind of like very like yeah, and just like I don't know, it just was like
it's like when you meet your heroes.
And he's just kind of like little broed me basically, and I was like,
damn,
that was gay.
I don't want to be like that for other people.
Yeah, I was like, wow, like that didn't make me this guy that I thought was super cool, doing all these cool things and talking all this like positivity and stuff, and I just didn't feel like. And again, I don't know the situation. He could have been having a super bad day. I'm not saying that he's a super,
but it makes you realize, like, damn, I don't want to be like that for other people.
It's
when
so
they come
important.
Up to me.
Every single little interaction is so important.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want a single person that comes up to me. Just because, even if I'm busy, and sometimes like even at ACL, I had fucking like 10, 20 photos of like people, and sometimes like it gets annoying. It gets annoying, and it's a lot, but it's part of the job. It's
part of what you do.
And I refuse to give someone that experience just because like, nah, I didn't want to take a picture. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I can take maybe
because then they're gonna be like,
seconds.
dude, yeah, Noah's a dick, bro. I met him, and Or they can be like, dude, yeah, he like stopped what he was doing. He took a picture of me. He said, what up, bro? I love that guy. And like
And
something as small as that is going to have such a lasting.
People will go above and beyond shouting out for you if you
go above and beyond for them.
Just 30 fucking seconds out of your day to
Yeah.
be like, hey, what's up? Like, what's your, even if you're going like, oh, dude, like, I'm really in a rush, but like, what's your name? Like, I'm so happy that you like came up and said hi. That is such a small thing that you can do. And even if you gotta fucking go and you're in a rush, it's like, hey, dude, I really appreciate you coming up. Like, I really gotta rush, but like, what's your name?
Yeah.
Noah, like, nice to meet you. Like, I really hope you have a good day. Boom, out of there. And it takes 2 fucking seconds. And if they're trying to take a picture, be like, yeah, walk with me. Picture, boom. You know, like, there's small things, and yeah, you have to go a little bit more out of your way, but like, that's what makes an impact, and that's what I want to be known for, you know? And it's not about doing these big things, like getting a viral video isn't nearly as important as like having that one interaction, and they'll go, word of mouth is more important than anything.
Exactly.
Like, that's why Raw Dog grew. Like, yeah, the social media grew, but honestly, it grew way after it started because they saw how big it was. Like, it initially grew just because people were spreading. They're like, yo, come to this thing.
Like, it's fun.
Fucking
cool
fun.
People.
It's hot people. We're going. We're running. We're like high energy. And like, that's how it actually grew. It wasn't because we were doing anything, reinventing the wheel at all. You know, like there's always been run clubs, but this is just because people were having a good experience.
It was authentic too,
Yes.
to who you are and who your brand is, and which
100%.
I respect. That's what I respect about you the most is that you're a trailblazer and you don't care what anyone thinks, bro. I say this all the time to people. You genuinely are doing what you think you need to do, and if someone else doesn't like that, who cares? Kick them to the curb. It doesn't matter. That input from them does not matter to you. And like, I love that, bro, because in order to have this success, right, we have to be able to not listen to other people's opinions. And now we're at a point where we're so used to feedback, we have to learn to not look at that feedback all the time. We cannot rely on feedback if we're trying to...
You have to make your own decisions.
Yes, and feedback is important, right? If we want to be better, we have to...
You have to take in information, but at the end of the day, sometimes you could hear all these people telling you, go this way, and you just feel it in your gut to be like, I need to do this.
Yes.
And sometimes you can't explain it, but I think that's what separates us from a lot of people is like, some people have to be trailblazers and just like, it doesn't make sense. There's no logical reason why I made this decision. But like, look how far we've come from making all of these illogical decisions, you know? Illogical. Like at the time, I didn't always know why. Like even hiring Sebastian, I literally just woke up one day with this like, this thought in my brain that I was like, I need to hire Sebastian. I don't know what it was. And I remember like my parents were like freaking out because obviously they care about him, and social media was so up and down. And at the time, like I wasn't making as much money as I did. So they were like, oh, like what if you can't pay him? Like he's going to quit his job. And like they were stressing out. And I literally had to be like, guys, like I came here just telling y'all like the good news that I'm going to do this thing.
I don't need your...
And I was like, if y'all come at me with all this like doubt and skepticism, like I'm not going to come and tell you things that are happening in my life because either you're here to support me or I'm not going to be around you. Bro. Because the only people I surround myself with are people who respect me and are supporting my decisions.
Yeah.
And
I had the same conversation with my mom, bro, because sometimes she'll bring these, I'm like, Mom, I don't need to hear this feedback energy. Like, I just
this is what I'm doing.
I don't need that energy, you know? But my parents also give me incredible advice that I'm very grateful for. Like, my dad, he's the wisest man I know. So, like, if he's telling me advice, like, okay, let me listen. And half the time he's actually, like, pretty right about something. But then I also have to be like, but this is a new thing I'm doing. But the thing is, I'm very fortunate that my parents were never, like, forcing me to go any certain direction. They just, like...
Me too.
They were like, you're really good at what you're doing. Just stay on the right track and have good intentions. Keep God first. And whatever you do, it's going to be successful and you're going to do great things. But you have to be humble. You have to have these good aspects of your life where, you know, you're putting other people first. You're serving. You're not putting yourself on a pedestal. And when that happens, people will... There's something about...
People will rally behind just like... People want you to win. When someone sees you like going out for your dreams, like I wanted to put money behind you because I wanted you to win, you know? Like it wasn't It's not like you were asking me like, yo, can you sponsor me? Like just you saying what you were about to like just go do, regardless of me or at all, like free will. I'm just like, that's fucking sick. Like, how can I support? How can I help? You know? And I'm like, and that's what I think, that you have to eat, sleep, and breathe your dreams. Like you have to tell people. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've been stuck on a problem or like I can't get past this thing, and I'm just talking to someone about like, oh, like I'm trying to do this thing and I've been running into this thing, and I'm just yapping about my problems.
And they're like, oh, what about?
Oh, why don't you just do this? Or like, oh, I have a friend that does this. Let me just call him. And then calls him, and then and I'm like, dude, I spent like a week, like stressed. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to do. Like I'm at this roadblock, and someone just goes in and fixes it just because people want to help.
They do.
But
if they have the ability to help, they want to. But you have to show initiative.
You have to ask.
Yeah. Or yeah, you just at least have to show initiative.
Yes.
And like,
can't just be talking about some shit.
It's like on this journey of like where I'm always going and I'm always traveling. I don't know where I'm gonna stay. It's like people, if they have the ability, they want to host me and bring me in and be like, yo, I know a spot. Like I'll take you there. We can film. We can go jump. And then like, oh, I know this secret spot that no one goes to. I'd love to show you. And it's like, because they know I'm out there looking for these spots. Mm-hmm. They know I'm out here doing something, and I'm like actively. They know I'm not going to go out.
Reputation.
Yeah.
Yes.
The trust.
Yes.
That's also why like every adventure and everything that I go on is just like, it's part of my marketing. It's part of my brand, because my brand is adventuring.
Yeah.
Taking people on adventures, and
which is crazy. How did your first one? When did you decide to actually take on a whole like excursion of doing it?
So I went out to Subsab. So I went out.
Huh? No, you're good. We're just shooting.
Yeah.
You're good. Hey.
My first time. Okay. let me break this down. So I'm just now starting to gain traction on social media. I've competed in a few competitions. I would consider myself a professional cliff jumper at this point.
Yeah.
Then I get a DM from this guy who runs tour companies in Costa Rica, and he says, "Hey," and I've never been out of the country. He says, "Hey, you want to come to Costa Rica and jump off waterfalls every day?" I said, "Yeah."
Hell yeah.
So he flew me out there. He gave me a place to stay.
Is there any joints on there, like half joints? Sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. I'm gonna wait. He'll take it.
Just give me the whole tray.
Just take one hit out of every.
Deadass, I just ran out.
It's like a little tiny bit. This one's like the best one.
Ah, that's chill, yeah.
A couple hits on there.
That's like 2 days right there.
Oh, there's multiple in there. We big chilling.
So I ended up staying at this dude's hotel. Little did I know he's gonna be my partner, but he let me stay at his hotel in his room for a month, and I got to know him. And then I was a tour guide for 3 months, and then another 3 months. And I was working. I would bring like American tourists, and I'd show them these waterfalls, and I'd jump and this and that. But then the second term that I did, I started to get, there was like jealousy involved with the other tour guides, the locals, because I started to become, not even taking work. I started becoming like more of the center of attention in the tours where they wanted to be. And it wasn't like I was trying to, it was just kind of like, that just happened.
Just what happens when you're radiating light, you know? And people will want to try to diminish that.
Yeah.
You know, people feel insecure about it, you know, like when you are in your zone and you're good at what you do, you will threaten other people.
Yeah. And I realized that.
Keep going, I'm just gonna check it.
And thankfully, you know, it was a time where I was like, okay, like I just felt being pushed from this tour company. And at that time is also when, dude, there was just a lot of things going on in my life. That's when Danny Duncan offered me a sponsorship.
And you turned that down.
Yeah, it was so I turned that down right before going back out there. And then I was feeling like, oh, I'm being pushed away from this. What's going on? And actually, I didn't turn it down yet. I was literally still working out there. And then one day I get home and I finally text him. I was like, hey, like I want to focus on my brand. I can't do this and that. I put my phone down. I run a mile to my friend's hotel where he lets me work out at. And he comes down to me. He's like, Reagan, like, you ever thought about doing your own retreat? Like, I want to host a retreat here. I'd love to do it with you. And I was like, literally like, yes.
Boom.
Like,
something to pour into.
Yeah, the Lord was waiting for me to close this tempting door with someone who I thought was my idol and I would love to film with, this and that. And I closed that door and he opened one up immediately. And it was like, yes, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I can run a tour. I can use all these things that I've been working. Like I've been a tour guide. Now I can do it myself on my own rules, on my own time, the way I want to. I don't have to give 60%, which is what I was doing for the other company, because I had to hold back so that I wouldn't push over the edge. And now I can give 100% to something that I love. And if I would have given Danny 50% and me 50%, I just like, no, like I need to give myself 100%. I need to focus on what I'm doing 100%. It's like Matthew McConaughey's dad said to him, don't half-ass it, bro. Whatever you're doing, you have to just go for it, bro. And so that's how that started. And the first ones I did were last year, and they went extremely well.
And now they started picking up more.
Yeah, and I got 2 more coming in December.
Puerto Rico? Costa Rica.
Costa Rica, and yeah, we got to get you out there one of these days.
Dude, I know, I want to come.
The boys.
I'm just going to bring my baby. Dead ass. Make him watch and get in the water and stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. But he needs to be older.
Yeah.
Because the first like 3 months, he's super like, hey, no chewing on that.
It's cool though. I met some of my best friends through it, and the cool thing is,
it attracts
the same people.
I love doing events for that sole fucking purpose.
The people that you think.
You can't find, because like each person is so different, and what you're looking for of yourself. Like if you're genuinely being yourself, it's gonna be hard to find friends. Like it's going to be hard to fit into people. You know, people that you really want to spend time with. And I found that same problem where I was like, I don't want to meet someone who just only goes to the gym, but I also don't want to meet someone that just only goes to bars. Like, how can I find these people? And like by doing the thing, you attract more people.
Person.
Yes, and you bring them to you. And like meeting Chase too was so cool.
That's how I met Chase.
I love Chase, bro.
Chase came on my first retreat, bro.
Chase is so cool.
And instantly we connected. I was like, dude, we're gonna be best friends.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing is I've attracted all these kind of black sheep, these outsiders, people like me that come, because the people that actually
from all around the world.
Because bro, people want to come on my trip, right? Tons of people want to come on my trip. But the people that actually pull the trigger and make it happen, those are my type of people. Because they take the risk, like, no, like I'm coming, like I'm gonna go on this trip with strangers that I've never met to Costa Rica, and I'm gonna trust this kid Reagan Popoff to take me on these cool adventures based on what I've seen on his
in the middle of fucking Costa Rica.
And they do it, and they realize how it's special and epic it is, and it's like, you're my type of person, because I take that type of risk too. You know, I get up and I'm like, this life is for the doers, bro, and the people that actually get up and do things and take the risks. Like those are my type of people.
See, even me just hearing this, I'm like, dude, how can I get involved? You know, like how can
That's
I?
Also my next thing is I need to start because the way you make money for your personal brand, but the way you made money at first was through Raw Dog, and I want to start focusing my attention on like finding sponsors for my pop-off adventures, whether it's like, I was thinking about it from the wellness thing yesterday, whether it's like a red light therapy thing, or there's like cold plunge, or a certain type of sauna, or...
Well, that's what I'm saying of like, I have connections to a bunch of different things where like, I bet I could get Noco to fucking, you have their drinks there, and they would love to, and then say we even bring out, because then we have to do one round of like, it's all like our friends, you know, like a custom, like we do like all the creators, and we literally, I think it would take one trip doing that, and we get to go, we tell them to give us like 20-30 grand. We get, you know, red lights there, we already have saunas, cold plunges, we get like we just get like a bungalow that like has a fucking waterfall in the backyard, and we just do like a whole week of like, that would work so well, and I could sell that so easily. I could help you do that.
Okay,
I'd be down.
That'd be sick.
2026. Yeah, because I have to have the baby first.
Yeah, and I also want to branch off to Hawaii a little bit and start doing new places.
I think this place that we decide to do this thing, like even maybe like Bora Bora, like we go somewhere like crazy. Cause then you can.
You're right, but the value that I bring, people why they want to come to Costa Rica is because I know the locals, I know the spots, I know the things. In Hawaii, bro, I know the locals, I know the spots, I know the culture there. Like obviously I'm still learning, but it's like I know there's things you can't do out there, and there's things you can do. Like I've learned, I've been out there.
It does come with experience. So that is right. You should do something
that's what people don't have.
With.
So they can come to Costa Rica. It's like I already have the experience.
You know.
Come to Hawaii, I already have the experience. I know the spots. I know how to get around. That's the value that you can't like. Yeah.
That's why I hired when I did Kilimanjaro. Devin Levesque recommended me Dr. John, and it's funny because you do the exact same thing as him. He has like an adventure company where he just does all these things. He runs ultra marathons and like climbs mountains. He's climbed Everest like 7 times. And by doing that, by you doing all this like cliff jumping stuff, people want the experience. Like people want to learn from the best.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they want to learn from someone who's out there getting it. And I'm like, I paid extra to have this guy do it because I knew that.
Because Devin recommended it.
Yes, because and well, one and two that this guy had done it so many times and he was so plugged in. He was so knowledgeable. Like I wasn't just going there and winging it. You know, I knew that like his credibility, his word.
Yep.
His reputation.
Yep.
His reputation.
Character. That's also why my main priority is not just my business. It's still becoming the best athlete that I can be. That's why this competition was so important for me. Is because like any brand that's backed behind a respectable athlete is going to be way more reliable, way more trustworthy. Think about Michael Jordan, LeBron James, the best athletes, right? Their brand is way more poppin' because of the athlete they were, because of the dedication, because of the time they put in at their craft. It's like, okay, if anyone is going to excel at their craft, that means they have discipline. They make promises to themselves. They keep them. They take risks. Like it just shows the type of person you are based on your output of experience, your output of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what you put, like, you know, the results. Results show who you are. The results show the work you put in behind the scenes that no one sees.
And I want to put a pin in the point of like, I want to drive the fact that like there are no shortcuts. Like the only way to get to that point
Result is
by doing the thing.
Yep.
Planning the thing isn't doing the thing. Learning the thing isn't doing the thing. Thinking about the thing isn't doing the thing. The only way to gain experience. That's why I really respect people who are in really good shape because there's no way to fake it.
There isn't.
I'm like I respect you on a automatically on a higher level because I'm like you have the discipline to show up every day and do something that's uncomfortable.
Yeah. I forgot we were doing a podcast for a second, by the way. For like the past 10 minutes, I like forgot we were still filming.
Is this still filming? I hope so. We've checked it probably like 6 times. It should be good.
You should low-key stop it and then start. What?
I just need to get ready soon, and I need to charge my phone.
We still got ACO today!
That's cool. That was already an hour. Yeah, that's probably we could probably do like an hour and a half. Be easy.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? That's good. Movement.
Oh man! Wait, you're going to ACL again?
Yeah, day 2. Day 1 was really good.
I
took some
I'm flying out here.
some
soon.
goodies, and it was so good, dude. Like, fucking, we were all like just loving on each other, and we were like, oh, this is fucking. It was just one of those moments that really made you feel maybe not nostalgic, but I was like, this was one of those memories where I was like, oh, this is a good day. And it was so pretty. I'll show you later, like the clips of like, it was kind of dusty and it was hazy and the light pollution and just the city's in the background and there's so many people out and there's music playing. I was just sitting there and I was like, wow, like this is so beautiful. And I'm like, I'm so grateful to experience this moment.
Austin's a cool place,
Dude,
bro.
yeah. I'm saying Austin is LA and like San Francisco back in the fucking like 60s, you know? Like that's when it was like, this is the city to be at and it's popping. Cause like, I don't want to go to New York or LA cause it's already like pre-established Nepo babies. People have, it's already up there, you
Austin,
know?
you have a lot of opportunity.
I have opportunity to fucking plant my roots and become a name.
And there's a
and
lot
be
of creatives
associated
here.
with it.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
creatives here that are like open-minded. I feel like it's less materialistic here where it's like, yo, like what have you done? It's more like, yo, what are you doing?
Because this is a city of building,
Mhm.
not a city of like already built. You know what I mean? Like you're in LA, like you starting this company isn't fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like
That's why like
I'm already a fucking gazillionaire. But like
I had to
you
get
come
away from
here and
Dallas.
it's like, it's cool to, I don't really like any of the other cities. They're too, it's the same thing.
it's just super materialistic, bro.
Yeah, same with like Miami but I really like Austin specifically because one, the Southern charm, like I feel like people here genuinely all are trying to help each other.
Hospitality.
I don't
it's
feel like it's like Miami or super cutthroat or New York where it's like
Yeah.
nobody's like trying to be nice to you and you have to like
that is a huge thing that
people
like,
just
Texas-
genuinely want to give.
Yeah, and they're kind. Like
Yeah.
people come to Texas, they're like, yo, why are people smiling, waving at me?
And
You know?
it seems
It's like
so
because
weird
you're
that-
from New York, you've never experienced that in your life, bro.
I
People
know.
are just dicks.
Not
for
to say
no
that like
reason.
everybody in New York's a dick. Obviously
No.
it's generalizing. But just the general theme
That was a general. Generalized.
that. But I feel here the general theme, and of course there are going to be dicks and Texans and
Yeah.
people who whatever, that's going to be everywhere. But I think the general ideal of Austin is everybody just wants to help everybody grow, and everybody's stoked that someone's doing something. You know, everybody here's trying to get something. You know,
and as long as you're
go.
working on something and people will notice. People will see that and they're like, oh, how can I help this guy?
Mm-hmm.
And if they see a way they can help you, they will. They'll want to. People want to be useful.
Mm-hmm.
People want to be used. I think the word use has a negative connotation, but in reality, it's not a bad thing to be used, bro. You actually...
Yeah, I love being useful.
Yeah,
I find
being
value.
useful.
I find value that I can... Whatever, someone can come to me and know that like I get that shit done.
Yeah.
And I love that.
love being... People love being used. You don't want to be abused. That's the thing. But being used has this negative connotation on it where it's like...
Oh, they're using me. Like,
yeah, like that's good.
People.
Like you want to be useful as a person.
Yeah, that's the part of giving value. Like, how can you constantly give value to others? How can you
don't want to be useless?
Yeah, because then no one's gonna want you around if you like you're not bringing anything to the table.
Yeah,
like,
I need value.
I always had this thought, like maybe like 5 years ago, where I would see like a store just all of a sudden fucking busting down, popping because like Travis Scott would just go there, you know. And I'm like, I want to have that kind of power and influence where I'm like, I can just like show up and just because I'm associated with this thing that I can add, add value
that's
to
why
it.
brands want you involved, bro. It's because they see that. Oh, if we get Noah involved in this brand, like people are.
Oh, then it'll.
It's gonna make it cool.
And I love the fact that I can like, just if I can add value, I'm going to. If I can give it to people, I'm going to. Like I want to help and spread, you know? I think because I view life in such abundance that like I don't feel like I'm like, oh, I can't give because I need to like, what about me, you know? But I'm not really worried about it. I think it's all going to come back around and that like I'm going to be okay and that like God will take care of me and I have all my foundational stuff, you know? If I have a roof over my head and like my people are good, like I'm good. I don't need all these extra things. Like they're nice, but I'm good. I have that like safety net where I'm like, I know that even if I lose everything today, I'm gonna be okay.
You can rebuild it.
And I can rebuild it. It'll fucking suck. And would that hurt a lot? Yeah. But I know that I'm gonna be okay and that I'm gonna come back, but come back even stronger with an even stronger foundation because I learned from whatever. There was some lesson that I needed to learn.
No doubt.
And who knows, maybe.
Red light.
Yeah, red light.
You know, like sometimes we hit those yellow lights and those red lights. And we have to.
You have to be aware of these signs and of these things.
That's
if you're
why I like
so
the
locked
book.
in on this is how life is gonna be, you're gonna ignore all these red lights that are like, yo, like don't do this. Like yellow light, like, hey, this isn't aligning with you. Like
pivot, go this direction. Like you're going way too quick this direction. I need you here. I need your focus to be over here.
I think that's why so many people are so unhappy with like 9-to-5s and stuff is because it was so pushed onto them that like they needed to be this way, and a lot of people lack the confidence to trust that inner voice in them that are like, no, like this isn't what you want to do. Like don't do this. And then all of a sudden they're like, shut up. Like everybody's telling me to do this. This is what I'm supposed to do. And then they find themselves like 40 and they're like 50 and they're like just so unhappy because now they're in this position that's a lot harder to reverse than...
They're like, what if I just chase that thing that I loved when I was 20?
Russ's book talks about... Have you read Russ's book?
No.
You should read that one. That one actually... he's very egotistical, but the way that he approached... it's a really short read, but the way he approached things, and he's very like manifesty, and he's really good. I think you would like it. He talks about the what if will haunt you, and the oh well will free you. Like oh well,
oh
like
well.
you tried.
At least I tried. Yeah,
dead ass. But the what if will.
Yep. Man, what if I just tried that? And that's what I was thinking on my hike up, bro. On my last jump, because I already knew that I could do an easier trick and still win. And I was like, before I was gonna do my quad backflip, I'm on the hike up in my brain, like battling, right? I'm like, oh, like I could just do a chill triple.
Is that like too much and that'll ruin it?
Well, no. I was like, I could do a triple and still win this thing. But I was like, man, but what if I just went for the quad and just left that statement, bro? Like I came and Like
You
it made it
cleared that fucking plate.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
what if I need to do this? Like, it was haunting me because I had people being like, hey, maybe take it chill. You already did this crazy trick. You could still do this and still win. And I'm on this hike up, like battling in my head. Oh, like, should I do it? Should I? Nah, bro. I told, and that thing, I'm glad I told everyone, all my friends, that I was already going to do it, because I'm like, nah, like, I already told everyone I'm doing this trick. I'm doing it. I'm ready. There's no excuse. I've trained for this. I've never been more prepared in my life to try something new. And, you know, the people are like trying to be like, hey, you've never done this trick. Maybe don't do it in competition. But it's like, I love that pressure. I've never been so prepared for this moment before. I need the pressure. Some people, like
Shy away from.
some people, like my friend Jody, he doesn't like pressure like that, like in front of crowds. And so the past 2 competitions, he's messed up like pretty badly. Versus like I've noticed when there's a lot of pressure on something, bro, I lock in so much more and I'm so much more dialed in that. Now there's already pressure of like, yo, if you mess up,
Yeah,
you're already gonna
you're
like,
gonna
it's your
fuck your
body.
shit up, bro.
But
That's
it's like
90 feet.
But it's like
It
that
doesn't matter.
that extra pressure of people watching me, I've learned like helps me perform better.
I agree. And that's why I constantly, like, as I make more money, I'm like, I want to add more responsibility. Like, how can I, like, if I'm scaling, like, the last thing I want to do is just, like, try to squirrel away all this money. It's scary spending. My monthly bills are, like, well over, like, 20K a month now. And, like,
Yeah.
but a year ago, I couldn't even imagine making 20K in
Yeah.
a month. So now I'm spending more than I even thought I would
And you're
make.
spending more, but you're like, okay, I got to keep making this.
Yeah, and it's working, you know, like
Yeah.
it's
that pressure.
It's scary because what I'm learning is the more pressure that you can withstand and keep your cool, the more that like you're stronger to your foundation, you know? Like someone who's, if you get really nervous, like handling $1,000, like imagine handling $1 million, you know? Like that would make you like terrified to like lose all this money. But I'm like, I have to just, I feel the emotion, I feel the scared, and then I let it pass, and I'm like, I'm gonna do this anyway, you know? Like I'm gonna trust that like this is the right decision.
And if
you
it's
know?
too scary, you won't.
Yeah.
Like you have these fear receptors where if like if you're not prepared for a situation, your fear will tell you.
Yeah.
Like you'll be like, oh no, like I'm definitely not ready for this.
Oh, but I would push back on that and say that like that fear is the exact moment that you're supposed to fucking jump.
You're right. And I know this better than anyone. But there's some times where this fear is like you'll be too scared. You're like, I'm not ready for this. I need to back up and prepare more.
Okay, fair.
You know what I'm saying? There's this line, and fear will let you know. But sometimes it's just like, okay, is this just fear, or is this my body being like,
You do have to identify
it's
your own limits, because you can't push that limit every single time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that's where you find yourself you can't over leverage yourself and become so delusional in the fact of like, even if you get a couple wins, I'll do that and I'll constantly have to like, okay, slow down. Like, okay, slow down. Okay. I'm constantly pulling my own leash all the time. Even though it looks like from the outside perspective, or like definitely from like my parents' perspective, I'm constantly ramping up. Like me getting this office
it's like
space,
you
for
are,
example,
but you're
I had
constantly-
fucking like 5 or 6 people up my ass
Tell you
about
you're
this
stupid.
office that I'm like, this is irresponsible.
Good, bro.
And I'm literally like,
Good.
every single time I don't tell them off being like, oh, I tell them off and just in facts. And I'm like, look, like I'm not fucking stupid. I understand that this is an investment, and like I think the office space costs like $5,500 or $5,800 per month, which is a lot of extra money just for a space. You know, that literally costs as much as this house. And
you know, the first thing I told you when you told me, I was like, imagine the video we're gonna make.
Yeah,
you could see it.
And I'm like, I see beyond these like people's fears being like, oh, like that's a lot of money. Like, what if everything dries up? That's what everybody was telling me. Like, oh, what if the money's not good in a little bit? And I'm like,
Which is valid.
That is, yes.
It's you know, it's
they're
not like
they're concerned.
They care for you, right?
Yes.
But then it's like,
no,
that mindset that got you to where you are was not listening to them.
Yes. And I'm like, I hear your things, and I will be aware and make sure that like I cross my T's and dot my I's.
Yeah, dot your T's and cross your I's.
I'm still like, it's not like I'm being stupid and I'm overextending myself. Like you're supposed to not spend more than 15% of your income on rent. And so I'm like, look, like I remember my CPA guy was talking to me, and I was like, he was really getting on me. He's like, this is not a wise decision. Like, but their job is to tell me to like not spend money.
Yeah.
But I was like, look, like I need a place to work. I need something that's good for videos. Like
and also,
it encourages
you know what
my production. Like this is my environment. I need this.
The environment of also us being able to stand on that balcony and just think.
Yes, and be inspired.
And have these like Mac Miller balcony conversations, bro.
Like I like this, but I'm not like
this is cool.
This is cool, but like that, I'm not kidding. When you're on that, you're literally like, which actually that reminds me, I need to fill out that application. We'll
you
wrap
haven't
up
even.
soon. No, I'm
applied
supposed
for
to do
yet?
it today.
Yeah, you need to.
No, like he's like applied today. Otherwise, I either get the top floor or the second top.
Nah,
top
you gotta
floor.
get. I mean, either one.
Yeah, I
doesn't
mean
matter.
they're both ridiculously nice,
Yeah.
but I could potentially get the top floor.
Those would be sick.
But yeah, like
Either way,
I was
those-
like, look, I'm not being stupid where I'm not spending this on my McLaren. Like this is something that's gonna make me money, and it's something that's gonna help with videos. It's a
Inspiration.
write-off. It's I'm still spending less than 15. I'd be hitting right at that 15%, but like I'm
That's where you
staying
wanna
within the
be,
rule
yeah.
of thumb. I used
Yeah.
his own thing against him where I was like, look, I'm supposed to spend like 15% of my income, right? And he was like, yes, that's smart, Noah. And I was like, this
Okay.
is like
This is what I'm spending
14%.
it on,
And he
yeah.
was like, it was funny. But I'm like, sometimes it's hard and it's frustrating that people, because sometimes I take offense and I feel like I take it as doubt, and I hate hearing people like doubt because it makes me mad, because I'm like, I've done nothing but like, I feel like to my own self, like I'm so confident and I'm so proud of myself that I'm like, I believe that I'm capable of like, I can fucking overcome any obstacle. And so sometimes it makes me mad hearing these things. I know that they care about me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to calm myself down, but sometimes I get heated because
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
like,
you're like, no.
I'm like, dude, like I'm not stupid. Like I'm not making this decision just being like, oh, like, yay, like let's go spend a bunch of money. Like I'm like, I think this is every decision I've made, even if it looks effortless, I've made so much thought, and I'm not just like, I just trust, because I've made so many decisions in the past couple of years that are like super detrimental. I've gotten comfortable with making decisions fast. It's not like I'm not thinking about it. I just move faster, and speed is the
Which is
game.
good.
If
This
it
life-
takes you months to make a decision, someone who can make a decision in a day
Yeah.
that it's the same outcome and they can just have that process
Just get
faster,
it done
gonna
and
kill
learn.
you, bro.
This life is for the doers.
Dude, you gotta act. You can't think about an idea for 2 months like doing a thing. No, you gotta know if you're gonna fuck with this.
And be like, all right, what's the first plan of action?
Yes, 100%.
What's the first thing we can do? What do you think? You think you're gonna post this on YouTube? What are you gonna do with this video?
YouTube, maybe cut it up into some reels. We'll see.
Do some reels. Well, like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, because this dude Noah's going places. And
We doing shit.
This is the type of conversations we just be having on the regular when no one's looking or watching. And we thought, why don't we just start filming this type of stuff? It's not your average podcast, where we're sitting down and talking and have mics, but this is how we conversate and have
functionate.
ideas. And
Yeah.
the next podcast you're going to see with me and Noah is probably going to be on his balcony overlooking the city.
Yeah,
And it's gonna be just like this.
High rise.
Love you, bro.
Dude, love you. Yeah, we're gonna be doing more of these. I just wanted to. I don't talk much on videos, and I feel like I have a lot of advice and wisdom that I've learned that I would love to share. So we're gonna start doing.
And it's
a lot more of
important to
these.
have people that you can just brainstorm with
Yeah.
and just.
And I have so many cool friends, and I think a lot of them also don't really go on podcasts very much. So I'm like, I kind of want to be the first ones to nab them up before they're like even bigger, and
Yeah.
their time is worth even major. Like I'm getting them early. People are gonna look back and be like, dude, he had fucking Teo on, like, and all these other people, Ian, Popoff, fucking, and like, I'm excited. It's a lot of conversations that I think we all don't really like. Some of us post on YouTube, but it's not always like this, like meat. But
Pretty raw.
peace. Thanks.
You.